Before I add a funny story that was true and a little happier to this collection, I want you to understand why I'm putting this on YouTube instead of just keeping it on a memory card. I have like two SanDisk memory cards. I think they're 32 gigabyte, all filled completely, and I've deleted the ones that I don't want and put the ones I do. They have to be organized. I also have a couple CD discs that are loaded up. I also have three phones, one that has it on it that now can't be accessed, a second one that's completely full, and I've had to delete all like anything on the phones that's not necessity to fill it. And now on this phone, what I'm doing is I'm posting these on YouTube. So then as I go back and write these in a orderly fashion, and as I extend some and shorten others, and as I try to figure out how each chapter is going to be labeled, as well as it has to be in a storyline. It has to start with, my name is Zachary, whatever, whatever. I grew up in a small town and was born in this city, and it has to be starting like in a story format. As well as when I finally have the book, it's going to be a little different. I want it to be a little more readable, a little more palatable to the reader. And one way to do that is to put it on a separate file. So YouTube, I could put 1,000,000 hours on here, and I don't have to buy any more SanDisks. I don't have to buy any more recorders. I don't have to buy any more storage. I can post it on here. I can redo them. I can delete them. I can even share them. There's a bunch of ways that I can store this on here and then pull it back and use it later. And I found that this can hold a lot more without slowing down my devices. So just keep that in mind before I do the next story. That this is not a finished version. This is a very hard version. This is a very not polished version. This is just the truth coming from the heart, and then I'm polishing it on the side as I do it. But if you have any questions, I do answer any questions you have. If I get a message like that last subscriber asked me how I saw the movie, if I was going blind. For one, I wasn't going blind, I was losing my vision, and it's because I started the movie before the med and the pills kicked in. That's how I know it wasn't no weird thing I was born with. The pills kicked in halfway through the movie, and I ended up getting seriously hurt that night. We'll leave it at that. So I answered that question. I'll answer more, I'm sure. But keep in mind that this is just a rough format that I'm trying to work on as I get the information out. I'm also able to share it more easily with other people. I hope that helped you understand why this is so weird. Also keep in mind, I'm trying to alter the voice or keep it in writing because I know my voice sounds awful. It sounds like a little kid. I'm 31 years old. I'm not no little kid. The words I'm saying are deep, meaningful, but my voice is all messed up. I realize it's not a good voice to have. But it doesn't make the truth any less true. If you say a dog is black, that's black, and you have a funny voice or a stutter, it doesn't mean that that dog is not black. It just means your voice is funny. Keep that in mind as well as I go through this. Yes, my voice is going to sound funny. I might stutter a little, but that has nothing to do with the truthfulness or the quality of the content. When I write it down or change the voice, and there's less stutters and less mess ups and less high pitched tone, it should be easier for people to understand. But know that this is all true, it all happened. I've also changed the names of the people in this to protect their identity. Keep that in mind as well. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Let's get to at least one short. Now this one isn't that funny, but it's going in the book. It's going in a chapter. It has a lot of connections with other people that go with other chapters.